Hello everyone, this is Arun here. Here in this tutorial, I am going to explain how we can create our own slider using jQuery. So in this slider, we can slide anything as a content of it, whether an image or text or whatever it is. In this web page, you can see a slider effect is here in the left hand side. This kind of a sliding effect we are going to create using HTML and CSS and a jQuery. So let's start writing with HTML content for it, and then we will slowly move on to the jQuery part. Here I have opened my Dreamweaver, and here I have already created an HTML. This HTML file I'm going to save as in desktop. I have created a folder called eSync slider. I'm just creating and saving it as index.html. So now this HTML is saved. So for creating an eSync slider, first we need to have few divs and all. We need to which portion we wanted to slide. That things we need to create first, and then we will move on giving the easing effect. So let me give a title easing effect for this, and first I'm going to create few slider items. So let me create this div, and I'm giving this class as slider item, and let me copy the same slider item thrice. So this item will be, the slider item will be have some color effect and all. I'm going to give for identification, so otherwise we cannot identify this classes. So we are going to give few color items over here. So here I'm going to give a style equal to, or let me give us background. I'm selecting a background color for this. I'm selecting blue for this, and the same one I'm copying here and copying here, but I'm going to change the color effect for this. I'm going to select red for this, and I'm selecting green. I basically like red, blue, green, this combination, and oops, I missed this, and here also I'm missing this. Okay, so this is what I have given to this particular item. So let me open up this slider effect, how it is how it is showing it in the UI. So now I didn't give any height or width for this, so I need to give slider item height and width. For that, I'm creating the style class, style in the header area, and here I'm going to give dot slider item. This is a class. I'm going to give the slider item class. I'm going to give it as a height as 300 pixel and width as 600 pixel. So height 300 pixel and width 600 pixel. So let me give the semicolon over here and the semicolon over here. So possibly how it will be showing here is, yeah, now we got this, a div is added, the width is 600 pixel and height is 300, and all came below. So we need to make this as float left, float colon left. So what it will do, it will align one behind one like that. But we need to have a wrapping one for this, which is having a slider, we are going to mention that as a slider wrapper. So what we can give us an ID for that div. So this div I'm giving here, and let me close it, and I'm selecting this and putting a tab. I used to do this for making it aligning. I'll be understanding very easily what this is. So what I'm going to give here is I'm going to create a slider wrapper ID. So slider wrapper. The purpose of giving slider wrapper is wrapping up all the slider items in a single line. So for that I'm going to give hash slider wrapper because it's an ID, so I'm using hash for mentioning this, and I just need to give a width of colon 1800 pixel. That is the total width of these three divs, so I want to align it all in a single line. So let us see how it align now. Yeah, now you can see it is aligned in a single line. Now we need to have another div for wrapping all this, and we need to hold that div's width as only 600 pixel, and that we need to align in the middle of the page. That is like this. I wanted to align this here, the slider here, and I wanted to show the slider in this area. So how I will be creating that is I'm going to create a total wrapper. So here I'm giving a div, and let me do this div, and I'm going to give an ID equal to, let me give as wrapper because this is not a web page I'm going to create, so I just wanted to give as a wrapper. So what I can do is I can just press tab, so this all got aligned here, and the wrapper one style we need to give, and it should be aligning center, and it should only show the 600 pixel area. So whatever it is, we are going to do that now. So hash wrapper, um, oops, hash wrapper, and opening this and closing brace. Then what I can do is I just wanted to give this margin as auto. So what it will do, margin auto means it will align automatically to the center of the page, and I just wanted to give only the width colon 600 pixels. So let us see how it looks now. Yes, now the 600 pixel width is coming here, and I don't want to show the overflowed items. That is, this first one is 600 pixel that will be coming, and this next 600 pixel is coming attaching with that, and it is 1800 it is 1200 pixel, and after adding this third slider item, it's total 1800 pixel. So all this is showing right now as this, but I want to see only this item in the screen. So what I could do is I just need to give overflow as hidden. So I will not see this again anymore in the right hand side. So but actually it is there, but I will not see because I gave this overflow as hidden. So for making sure this height as this one for just for making the height and a border I wanted to give, I just give a height of 300 pixel that we already gave for the slider items. So that overflow, because if something is overflowing below the div as also I don't want to show, so I just gave a height of 300 pixel, and giving again a border of border 1 pixel solid, and giving a color. Let me choose this color. Okay, this gray color I have. Okay, I can see that. So let me give 2 pixel. 2 pixel. So let us see 2 pixel how it's, yeah, I can see that much more better. So if you see this border is there, and the item, the 600 pixel width and 300 pixel height. Now we are ready to apply the slider logic. For applying the slider logic, we need to add JQuery library, that is a JavaScript library in our HTML page. I have copied the jQuery JavaScript file into my eSync slider folder, and now I am going to include that. So here I am going to apply like script type text or JavaScript here, and here I am going to select the src and browsing the jQuery.js. I am going to here and adding the script logic here. Now I'm going to start with the jQuery document.ready. So here I'm giving like document dot ready and opening the braces semicolon, and inside this here I'm going to create function and opening braces and closing braces. Okay, so first I'm giving an alert. Let us see here jQuery is getting applied or not, that we can identify using this. Just I'm giving an alert ready. So if I go ahead and refresh the page, this should print, but I'm getting some error over here. Okay, I'm giving something like wrong code. I just need to give the script type text or JavaScript, and here I need to close the scripting tag. So I was writing in the HTML block, so it was displaying directly there. So if I refresh this, I could see the ready alert is coming. Again I'm refreshing and confirming. So now we are ready with the jQuery getting applied with our HTML page. So now we can start applying our logic. First I'm declaring two global JavaScript variables. So here I'm giving a variable current. You will see why this code, you will identify why this code is there. And again, where total items, I'm giving total items, both I'm initializing with 0. And from here I'm going to write a new function, that is function animator. So I don't have any parameters for this. I'm just calling this animator function from the document.ready. So once the document is loaded, I just want to execute the animator. So what is my intention here is, first I wanted to iterate over the slider item. So I need to know how many slider items are applied already there, and all these slider items I wanted to apply a new ID for that. So we don't have any ID here over here, so I'm going to apply an ID for all these slider items dynamically. So how I will apply that? Here I'm giving a variable I equal to 1. I'm initializing this variable I as 1. Then I'm giving var id equal to giving a string slider hyphen item. Okay, so I'll be appending the slider item with each of the classes having slider item as a class. So I'll be giving ID like first slider item class will have slider item ID 1, and second one will have slider item 2, and again slider item 3. Like that I'm going to give for this. So first I need to select all this slider items using jQuery. So how I am going to select those items is dot slider item, then I'll get all the slider items, then I'm going to give something like each. So it is already there. I just don't want this parameters. I just need the function slider each function. Then inside this dollar this, so this will be pointing to the current slider item which is iterated. So this item dot attr, so that will give an attribute. The first value should be id, so I want to add an attribute id or change the value of id, so then I need to give attribute id. Then what I'm going to give is id plus I. So what I will get over here, if the I is 1, so it will be apply I. So what I need to do is each time I need to increase the value of I. So I'm increasing the value of I and just saving this. Let us see, refresh. So here you can see in the code we don't have any ID. Here I'm opening my Firebug to show how ID is getting generated for the classes slider items. Just refreshing the page, and here you can see item id is applied item slider item 1 and div slider item 2, div slider item 3. So all these slider items have applied with an id. So why I need to give an id is I just want to point each one of them. So it is using id, it will be very much easy to point each of the animator items. And now I'm going to give the total items. The total items I'll be able to see I minus 1 will be the total item. So here I am starting I with 1, and 1 will be here, and 2, 3, and finally I am giving a plus 1 here, so it will be 4 over here. So totally I'll have 3. So what I'm going to give is I'm going to set the total items value. So I'm copying and pasting here total items equal to I minus 1 and putting a semicolon, and current is representing the current item in the screen. I am saying that as 1 because I am sure in the initial time it will be current equal to 1. Now we need to write the sliding logic that will be in the next tutorial. Thank you. Bye from Arun.